It's the Live Music Showcase on WMNF in Tampa. We're broadcasting to you live from the Mike Eisenstadt Performance Studio here. And we got the band Wild Ponies. They're our guests on today's show. They're here. Oh, look at those smiling faces. We're happy to have you.
It's a beautiful room, man.
Yeah. Why don't you start us off with a song,
All
Wild
right.
Ponies?
Yeah, we'll play a song that we wrote about a tree on the farm where we recorded our most recent record. It's called Tower and the Wheel.
1, 2.
Catawba stands alone with gnarled arms from broken bones. Hatchet scars she's tucked beneath her bar. The air smells like metal. The leaves become unsettled. Their backs against the coming of the storm. Other trees relax their limbs, bend and weave with gusting winds as they stretch and limber up to not be torn. Pull close to what you know. Oh, then let it go. Only in the end, winds are calm again. Well, they see whose roots have held, who they'll mourn. Dark fingers from the east stretch out, swift and swirling reach until they catch and choke the light out of the sun. Held into a fist. Beat the mercy from the hills with the thunder of wild ponies on the run. From dust and mud to clay, on the shoulders of the queen, the river takes the rain, holds on to all she can, but she fears that she may drown before it's done. Stands alone with gnarled arms from broken bones, hatchet scars she's tucked beneath her bar. She's seen houses built and barns fall down, children playing all around as families lived and died in her front yard. Winter snow, summer nights, burning fires, electric lights, machines that turn to rust and fall apart. She's held 1,000 horses tied, sheltered brides and grooms who cried. She's watched as lovers made love beneath the stars. Rises and the fall. There's beauty to it all. Roots are thick beneath the earth. She shakes her fists, says, "Bring your worst. You're just a little wind and rain and dawn."
An excellent song to start off with, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We got the band Wild Ponies. We got 3 Wild Ponies here in the live music studio here at WMNF in Tampa. I'm Bill Dudley. I'd like to thank our great live music showcase crew. Mark Perfetti's mixing it up today, assisted by Joe Remo and Dr. Richard Stone, who is also our YouTube producer. Steve Orduengo is the producer of this here radio show, and you can watch us on TV. We got live Facebook feed happening right now, so check it out on Facebook, LMSWMNF. And we've got our live music video crew, Bob Hoke directing, Marcy and Tom Connors, and Ed Lehman, his very own self, here on cameras in our live music studio. So having got all those credits out of the way, let's hear more about this band. Now, why don't you introduce the folks in the band? Tell us how you got together, good stuff like that.
Well, let's see. We put out one ads in the paper for, like do you like pina coladas and walks in the rain? We're trying to build a band in a real organic way.
Okay.
Right.
And
Who's we? Introduce yourself.
no, I'm Doug Williams, and me and Telisha have been together since forever, I guess. We started playing music together back in high school.
Doug and Telisha Williams.
Yep. And we've been together for a long time playing music, and through a couple different iterations and different bands, and then we stole Katie Marie from another band in Austin.
We met her
about
in
a-
South by Southwest.
What about a
and-
year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that almost? Maybe, I don't know. Something
Oh,
like that.
well.
Well, she spent 2 birthdays with us. So
That's
far,
true.
so-
She spent 2 birthdays with us, so I think that officially makes her ours.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
A couple of cakes, a couple of candles, some presents.
No, she
We're
plays
in-
with a bunch of other great artists too down in Austin that we love a whole bunch.
Now, you guys live in Nashville, though, right?
We do, yeah. Me and Telisha live in Nashville, and Katie
Okay.
lives in Austin.
Okay. Well, that's only just right down the road.
It's only a short flight away.
We got that direct Southwest flight, man. It's no big deal.
Direct flight is good. Okay, well, you got a website, wildponies.net, WILDPONIES.net. We want to find out more about you guys. And you can find out about the new record, which we'll talk about. And also, these guys have a whole other career stuff that they do. We'll have to touch on that. But let's have another song first.
let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do a song we wrote about a little house finch, a little mama bird that's been coming to our house for several years and leaving us nest. And for the first few years that she came, we didn't get along very well. She didn't like us very much. She thought that we might mess with her nest, but
Don't mess with my nest.
That's right. But she's come along. We've gotten to be friends with each other, and I think this year she left us 4 different
I think it was
nests.
4,
Yeah. So this goes out to all the mama birds out there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She don't pay no mind to the birds out on the line. Just sits and bides her time. She ain't got nothing to say. Stay out of her way.
Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird.
Mean old mama bird. She don't pay no mind to the birds out on the line. Little bits of string, lost feather from a wing. She'll use anything to build the toughest nest where speckled eggs will rest. Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird. Mean old mama bird. Little bits of string, lost feather from her wing. Pecking in the sun, gotta feed those little ones. Her work is never done. No time to fly around or go out on the town. Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird. You know, mama bird. No time to fly around or go out on the town. Black snake in the yard, white cat in the dark. Red hound always barks, blue jay in her side. She ain't afraid to fly. Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird. Mean old mama bird. Blue jay in her side.
She ain't afraid to fly.
Little birds will grow. Every mother knows the time for them to go. She'll push 'em out to fly. Let 'em see her cry. Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird. Mean old mama bird. She'll push 'em out to fly. Won't let 'em see her cry. Mama bird, mama bird, mama bird. Mean old mama bird. She don't pay no mind to the birds out on the line. She don't pay no mind. Birds out on the line.
Real nice. Music from Wild Ponies, our guests on today's live music showcase. We got Doug and Telisha Williams and Katie Marie, and that one, Katie's on the mando, Telisha's on the bass and vocals, Doug's playing the guitar and vocals. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about how the two of you got together, you two Williamses.
How did we get together, Telisha?
Well, we started playing music together in a rock and roll cover band when we were in high school. We were both in the marching band. We were both raised in a little town in Southwest Virginia called Martinsville, Virginia.
Oh, I know where that is, I
You
think.
do? There's a racetrack there. That's about it.
What's it near there?
It's south of Roanoke, Virginia, and north of Greensboro, North Carolina. It's right in between those two.
Okay.
And it's a tiny little town, but it was a lovely place to grow up. And we had a wonderful music program at our high school. Our band directors are probably our most revered teachers.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, and so we started we met in marching band, and then we started playing in a rock and roll cover band. The band never.
What was the name of the band?
The band never had a name. The band never
how could you
had
not have a name?
We just played at parties, and it was such a small town that it was like the band is playing at.
We were the band. We were
Yeah,
the rock
our
and roll
band is
cover band.
playing at Stephanie's birthday party this weekend, so everybody knows, one, who the band is, and two, who Stephanie is.
Which
and
was an actual gig.
which was an actual
Stephanie's.
gig.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah,
Pretty
the only
much,
band in
pretty
town.
much. And then we went to separate colleges and stayed together and started doing more, moved into more writing and kind of got back to the acoustic music that we had been kind of raised on. And just a couple weeks ago, I actually came across Doug bought my first guitar for me when I was
Ooh,
15
yeah,
years
there you go.
old. I don't even play guitar anymore, but I still own this Oscar Schmidt guitar that Doug bought for me our first Christmas together. I gave him a green sweater from LL Bean, and he gave me a guitar.
It was a really nice sweater. I stayed warm all winter long.
Yeah.
Somehow he stuck with me along the way, though.
So you guys are going to you're here for a songwriter weekend, it says, at the Don Cesar in St. Pete. That's a big deal, huh?
It's happening right now.
Yeah?
Now. We're missing it. I know.
Is this something that happens every year here? Or is
No,
it
this
just,
is the first year. I think they might start doing more of them. The lineup this year is it's incredible. It's us and Will Kimbrough, who played on our last record, and Bridget DeMeyer, Carrie Rodriguez. Let's see, Radney Foster. Freddie and Francine are playing tonight. They're so
Is
good.
it kind of Americana, like you guys might be
Yeah,
called
for the
if
most
somebody
part.
wanted to put a label on y'all, but maybe not?
I'd say it's pretty Americana. Yeah, I mean, all those are kind of the ones I just listed are kind of the top tier Americana artists, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's that's what I'd say.
Yeah,
Americana, sure.
there's stuff in the afternoon and then stuff in the evening as well, just tonight and tomorrow night. And they're calling it the inaugural Suncoast Songwriter Weekend.
Who doesn't want to come hang out in Florida on the beach,
Yeah.
This time of year, it's great.
In the Big Pink Hotel. We've only seen pictures of it. I can't wait to get there this afternoon.
Well,
Last
you
weekend
can-
we were in Maine, and now we're here.
Yeah.
I've got my bathing suit.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, it's ideal.
I'm
Ideal
prepared.
time for your bathing suit. Yeah.
Prepared.
I mean, just remember Scott Fitzgerald and Zelda stayed there, and a bunch of other famous people.
See?
They were walking on the beach, probably just
That's what we've heard.
I'm just going to pretend I'm
walking on
famous
those
today.
same grains.
So I'm just going to throw on sunglasses and a hat and pretend I'm somebody. Just walk around like I deserve to be at the Don Cesar.
That's great. Well, let's have another tune.
Yeah, let's. When we went back to Galax to make our most recent record,
Galax, Virginia, where's the big festival? If anybody ever heard of Galax, Virginia, other than the festival, I'd be surprised.
it's a pretty hot old time region of music and a lot of really great players there.
Actually, the term hillbilly comes from there. There's a band there that
Is that
recorded
right?
there before the Bristol sessions even happened, called the
Really?
Hillbillies. Yeah, so
Wow.
they invented the word hillbilly, and that's to me that's one of the best players in the whole wide world are from Galax, Virginia.
Yeah.
Old time and bluegrass.
It's a big deal, the festival that they have there every year in August, I guess it is, right?
It is,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
been going for about 80 plus
People used to have
years.
bumper stickers that said, "I survived Galax."
We've survived a lot of Galaxes, a lot of Galax Fiddlers conventions. But when we were up at the farmhouse making the record, we wanted to also honor some music that we had grown up on and artists that
we had learned to write and to play by. And Hazel Dickens is definitely one of those, a big hero of ours through the years. And so we put a Hazel Dickens song on the record. It's called Pretty Bird.
Fly away, little pretty bird. Fly, fly away. Fly away, little pretty bird. Pretty, you'll always stay. I see in your eyes a promise, pure old tender love you breathe. Fly away, little pretty bird. Cold running the spring. Love's own tender flame warms this meeting. And love's tender song should cease. Fly away, little pretty bird. Pretty, you'll always stay. I cannot make you no promise, for love is such a delicate thing. Fly away, little pretty bird, for he'd only clip your wings. Fly away, little pretty bird. Fly, fly away. Fly away, little pretty fly far behind the dark mountain.
Nice job, guys. We got Wild Ponies, the band. Doug, Telisha, and Katie here on our live music showcase today from WMNF in Tampa. You can watch this show later on this evening on YouTube, courtesy our YouTube producer, Dr. Richard Stone. But you can watch us live right now on Facebook at LMS WMNF. And we're also broadcasting on WMNF on the main channel, and we're also on the archive. So you can listen to all of our past shows, just the sound parts of them, or you can just watch them on YouTube. We go back, I think like 3 years on YouTube. Whole bunch of our great shows on there, some wonderful folks from around here and from other parts of the world, like these guys, the band Wild Ponies. They've got a website, wildponies.net, and you can send them an email from there and find out about their new record, which is called Galax, just like we were talking about before. And one thing I didn't mention, earlier today, we were like setting the mics and stuff up, and I was saying, I want you to sing and like this into the mics, and they say, well, we know about that because we do a radio show too. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that. You guys are radio hosts.
We feel really lucky. There's this small little radio station in Nashville some people have heard of.
WSM.
Called WSM. and we get to, they've launched a new side stream channel called Route 650. And so we're on there every week on a show called Whiskey Wednesday, and we are monthly on the actual AM dial.
Whiskey Wednesday.
Whiskey Wednesday.
That's a good name for a show.
I know. It's a good name for an hour.
Yeah,
for a day.
Is it on Wednesday?
It's on Wednesday.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
It sure
good.
enough is. Yeah. And we try to hold true. We try to make everything about the title be true to the show, if we can.
We're nothing if not authentic.
We're nothing if not
That's
honest and
right.
authentic. That's true.
right. We tell the truth.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have artists come in our little living room and we record some of our friends. And when we're on the road, we record in the back of buses or in green rooms or Waffle Houses or wherever we are, and we just send it to WSM and they take care of the rest. And
we can do that
cool.
nowadays.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah,
we actually recently got to record this show. This was a really fun one. We were out in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and we stayed in the Frank Lloyd Wright Hotel. Frank Lloyd Wright designed one skyscraper ever. The Price Tower in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and it's now a hotel and a museum, and it's incredible. And so we recorded a Whiskey Wednesday from right there in the no right angle room designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. It was kind of wild.
That's awesome.
Anybody can make a room with a lot of right angles in it.
That's right, man. Yeah. Make it hard on somebody.
Yeah.
What was cool is we're recording that show, and so everything is kind of triangular shaped and shaped like a wedge. And I swear to God, this is true. I look out the window and this flock of geese fly by in a triangle. And I think, how in the world did he arrange that? You know,
Right
I thought that
now.
was so cool.
Way to go.
So that guy's a genius.
So can people listen to that show online?
They can listen. If you go to WSMonline.com, there's links for
all the
listening.
archives.
I used to know what WSM stood for.
We shield millions. Well, that's not really what it stood for, but that was one of their sponsors back in the early days was something Liberty and Life.
It wasn't We Sell Macaroni? Oh.
We shield millions. It was an insurance company. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. And okay. In Chicago, they have WLS, world's largest store.
Oh yeah, about that.
And a whole bunch of the call letters used to mean stuff. Of course, WMNF, that means
We make new fabrications.
we're mighty nice folks.
We're mighty nice folks.
We didn't come up with that one. We came up with a lot on the way
Women
here.
make nice friends.
Women make nice friends. That was Katie's.
That's a new one for me.
Walk my new French poodle. I don't know.
Why must nukes flourish? That's one we
All
used to have
kinds,
back
man.
in
We
the
got all
80s.
kinds.
There you go.
Used to say that. All right, let's have another song.
What are we gonna play, Telisha?
Yeah,
Wild Ponies, our guests on today's show.
Let's play Love Is Not a Sin.
Oh, you can do that? Okay.
And get Katie to sing along. Katie, you want to do a quick hey to your folks listening from England?
Hey, Mom and Dad. I don't know why I should say
Turn
that
your
in an
mic on. Hang
American
on a sec.
accent.
We don't have your mic on.
Yeah, it's on. It's on. I'm just not in my headphones. But
Okay.
Hey, Katie's mom and dad. I know love is not a sin. I know love is not a sin. From the time that I was put here till he calls me home again, I know love is not a sin. I know it makes the world go round. I know it makes the world go round. It's the hand that helps you stand up when you're knocked down to the ground, and that's what makes the world go round. Well, I know love doesn't see. I know love it doesn't see the things that make you any different from me. I know love it doesn't see. It doesn't matter who you love. It doesn't matter who you love. When lovers find each other, I'd say it's sanctioned from above. It doesn't matter who you love.
Wild Ponies, the band of that name. We've got Doug and Telisha on guitars, vocals, and basses, and Katie Marie on drums and vocals. What a great band, y'all.
Oh, thanks, man. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of
Do you
fun.
travel a lot?
We're pretty much on the road all the time. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, one way or another. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like being home. We love being in East Nashville. It's a wonderful place to be. We've got a lot of good friends there, and you know, it's just we make money on the road, so you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Pay the
So
bills.
you got a new album called Galax, new record. Is this like, how many other things have you got? I guess they can find out on the website.
Yeah, there are 3 Wild Ponies records. Our first release was in 2013, Things That Used to Shine, and then we had a release in 2016, Radiant, and then Galax just came out last August. So.
And so what do you do when people come up and say, "Is this bluegrass?"
Well,
How do you
it's
answer
tough.
that
You know,
question?
It's tough. It's not bluegrass. We used to get bluegrass a lot more often than we do now, particularly because Telisha plays upright, and people just associate upright bass with bluegrass. And
Yeah.
you know,
and my accent.
yeah. What we have discovered though over the past year or two is even when we're writing songs that are sort of feel like punk rock songs to us, even we've discovered that we've always been writing old time songs, and that we write sort of an old time formation, no matter what we're playing.
Want to take like 15 seconds and discuss the difference.
The difference in old time bluegrass.
Old time
Okay,
and
sure.
bluegrass.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, they're to outsiders, they look and sound a lot the same.
They
But
got banjos.
they both have banjos, but typically in old time you'll have a guy playing clawhammer banjo, and in bluegrass
girl.
a guy or girl. As soon as I said that, I was like, that was not the right
You're
thing
like,
to say.
Telisha's going to correct me.
Yeah. But you'll have somebody playing clawhammer banjo, and which is the first instrument I ever learned how to play. And in bluegrass, you'll typically have a Scruggs roll, the 3-finger fast, aggressive,
with little metal picks on the
little
fingers.
metal picks, and you don't have a lot of mandolin in old time. It's showing up more and more, but it traditionally wasn't much of a mandolin-centric art form.
But in bluegrass, it's a staple.
And bluegrass, Bill Monroe, who is proud to have invented bluegrass music,
Right.
it was a mandolin player.
yeah.
Sing that high
And I
lonesome.
think it's important to stress that old time music is hundreds of years old, whereas
Yeah.
bluegrass was pretty much invented in 1948.
About the same age as rock and roll, really, if you think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Rhythm
And they
blues.
have a lot of similarities.
They have a lot of similars.
Actually.
Yeah.
That might be like a whole other show we
It
could do
is.
sometime. That
Bluegrass is more like testosterone soaked
Well, it's a performance
Fast.
medium, whereas old time music is for playing
and dancing.
and,
Yeah.
and dancing
Yeah.
and listening and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
True. There we go. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I agree with
But
all
I
that.
think a lot of folks don't, that aren't tuned in as much as you guys, of course, don't really make that distinction. So
Yeah.
I think it's always important to mention it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is the Live Music Showcase here from WMNF in Tampa. I'm Bill Dudley. Mark Perfetti is doing our mixography today. He's behind the control board, assisted by Joe Remo and Richard Stone in the control room. We got Steve Arduengo, our show producer, in the control room of the radio station. He's keeping the thing on the air and answering phones and stuff like that. If you want to call Steve, you can get through to him on our request line at 813-239-9663.
We'll play anything somebody calls in.
No,
yeah,
we won't.
or send him an email. Send him an email at dj@wmnf.org. And if you want to be on the show or find out more about being on the show, you can send us an email at livemusic@wmnf.org. Steve does our booking and stuff like that. We're going to be raising money in a week or so here at WMNF, and we need your support. And I want to tip you off to that. You could get the jump on folks and make your tax-deductible contribution right now. If you want to, just go to WMNF.org and check out the tip jar, which is conveniently located right there for you. And, make a pledge to this radio show and this radio station. And it'll make it easier for us in a couple of weeks when we do the big official fall fundraising marathon. So, and also the show's on TV, Facebook.com/LMSWMNF. That gets you there. We're streaming it live right now. You can see all these pretty people that we got here in the station. And we're just having a blast with this. Marcy and Tom Connors and Ed Layperson on cameras today. And Bob Hoke directs the whole shebang here. And you can watch it later on YouTube tonight. Richard Stone puts the whole thing up on YouTube, and that is youtube.com/WMNF885FM. No periods or nothing. Let's have another song.
Memories keen as the wind through my blood, chill is rolling. Northern streets of discontent, would they still know me? I wrap these arms around the ghost. I try and try to not let go, holding on to what I think I know. Or maybe I'm the stranger, or maybe I'm the stranger. Pocket full of rosary. When the cord gets broke, just a pile of beads.
Well, that ain't bluegrass.
I guess we answered that question.
But it is kind of an old time song.
It is actually
You know,
an old
It feels old-timey.
Yeah, we wrote that with our buddy Ben Glover, who was writing a bunch of stuff. He's from Ireland originally, and we're trying to find this link between what he was doing over in Ireland and what we were doing in Appalachia, and that song is what kind of came out of the
Well,
middle
it
of
came
it.
from there, I
Yeah,
guess,
exactly.
right?
And then we threw
Ireland,
some
Scotland.
drums and electric guitars on it, and it kind of changed things. So, yeah, the acoustic version sounds more old time, but the
Yeah.
form and the structure and the ideas are very old time.
Well, you got to change a string. You're going to change guitars. Change guitars. That's Doug Williams, guitar and vocal on this band Wild Ponies. Our guests on today's live music showcase here from WMNF in Tampa. Once again, if you want to communicate with us, just give a call into the air studio where Steve Arduengo is keeping the levels is keeping everything balanced in there. You can call him at 813-239-9663 or send him an email at dj@wmnf.org if you got any requests or comments on this here radio show.
Only nice comments. Our
So-
egos are fragile. We are artists.
Yeah, I know how that is, yeah.
artists on very little sleep, so it's like, you know.
So Doug Williams on guitar and vocals, Telisha Williams on bass and vocals. We got Katie Marie on vocals and Mando and drums.
We work her real hard.
Yeah. And these guys are down here for a songwriting weekend. So tell me about your songwriting. Who writes the songs? Both of you? Or?
Well, that's a great question. We both write a lot of songs, and we write together, and we occasionally write with other folks as well. And as a matter of fact, the next song I think we're gearing up to play is one that we have not been
Not
playing.
yet written.
Not yet written. Yeah,
We're gonna write it right
This is
now.
we're
It's
walking out on the
happening.
tightrope wire. You're gonna watch it happen. No, it's a song. We live in East Nashville, and East Nashville to me is home of some of the best songwriters in the whole world. Some of them are famous, and some of them are not. You know, and we try to showcase them when we can. Our buddy Amelia White, we've recorded some of her songs and written songs with her. Our last record, our Galax record, we put a John Bird song in there called Jackknife. And they're not necessarily household names, but they're amazing songwriters.
Jeez, I bet living in Nashville kind of ruins you to live anywhere else.
Oh, it's crazy.
As far as music is concerned.
It's so
Except
fun.
maybe Austin.
Austin's the same way. There's great songwriters and players there as well.
Yeah.
But just this a couple days ago, we decided we were going to learn another song by another friend of ours who lives in East Nashville. And so we're going to really walk out on the tightrope wire and try a song that we haven't really played that much. It's a song written by our buddy Whit Hill, who I think is listening in maybe.
I hope she is, and I hope we can
hope she
do this
likes
song
this.
justice. The very first time I heard Whit Hill do this song, we saw her at this like Saturday afternoon cafe kind of show in East Nashville, and she played this song, and I was just like obsessed with the song. There were tears streaming down my face, and then there's this whole chain of texts from when I was trying to tell some people about this song, and I was texting Whit, please send me the song right now, and she's like, hold up, you've been drinking, I can tell. But she did text me the song, and I've been obsessed with it, and we're gonna hopefully put it on our next record. It's called Cowgirls. Picture on my wall.
You know what I just realized? I'm playing it through my amplifier.
Oh. Look at that, Mark. He was messing with you. He's messing with you. I have a picture on my wall. Someone gave it to me long ago. A photo of a rodeo. 3 women stand proud in the dirt. Leather boots, buckskin skirts, hats in their hands. They look into the lens. They're cowgirls, good ones. Someone wrote that in the margin. Mildred, Clyde, and Ruby. It's like they're talking to me. Saying we're cowgirls, cowgirls.
take your picture, man. We gotta ride.
Mighty fine, y'all.
I love that song. Whit Hill, you're a magician.
Wild Ponies, our guests on today's live music showcase. Katie Marie on the drums, Telisha Williams on the bass and vocal, Doug Williams on the guitar.
We're going to learn that song eventually. We're getting there.
A good song, a good song. You can check them out at wildponies.net. And you can watch us live here in the remaining 10 minutes or so of this show at facebook.com/LMSWMNF. And how does this happen? Because we have our crack video team. We have Marcy, Tom Connors, Marcy and Tom, and Ed Lehman on cameras. We've got Bob Hoke directing the whole thing. This is the live music showcase from WMNF in Tampa. Once again, we need your support. We're going to be asking for it in no uncertain terms in a couple of weeks. But if you want to get the jump on all of that mayhem and confusion, you can go to WMNF.org and check out the tip jar. It's very painless. You'll love it, and you'll have.
We may need funds.
You'll have the satisfaction of knowing that you're supporting a really important institution in our Tampa Bay community. Been on the air for 39 years and don't seem to be slowing down, so we really enjoy it. We're all volunteers here on the show, and we just love hanging out here at WMNF and bringing you great music like we got on today with Wild Ponies, the band. From all the way up in Nashville and Austin, they come to you here, folks, on the Live Music Showcase. So when you write your songs, what are you thinking of? And who are you writing them for? I guess you have to sort of visualize that.
I think you write it for the song. You write it for the creation of the thing.
Well, you write it for the truth. I mean, that's the whole.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there is a whole different kind of songwriting that I feel like focuses on a particular audience, and you can hear that on a lot of stations all over.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over
it's
the
pretty
world. Commercial radio.
pretty formulaic, I would say.
And that's not what we're doing. So sometimes we'll give ourselves little projects or assignments where we're speaking to somebody specifically in order to practice the skill of songwriting. But really, it's about being as honest and connecting as much as you possibly can with as few words and syllables as,
that would be
as
nice.
you can.
Few
Yeah.
words, yeah.
Mary Gaucher is phenomenal at scalpeling a song, like going back in and taking out any unnecessary word there is, and she's taught us a lot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you've learned from listening to other singer-songwriters.
Yeah, definitely.
Over the years.
Yeah, and the community of East Nashville and Nashville is a brilliant and very supportive community of songwriters that really pushes and supports us all to do the best we can. They call us on our crap sometimes.
That's true. And we teach a lot too. We teach a lot of songwriting classes.
Oh yeah, well that's what you're doing here at the Suncoast, the first
No,
annual.
we're just playing at this one.
We're just playing. We're just hanging.
We're playing.
Yeah.
You're not. Okay, good. Well, at Suncoast Songwriter Weekend at the Don Cesar in St. Pete, can regular folks go over there for the shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Google Suncoast Songwriter Weekend, and their day passes. There's full weekend passes.
Cool.
You can get in on all of it or part of it. We suggest
sounds
at
great.
least part of it because it's going to be a great weekend.
We're on tomorrow night, just for the record.
Okay, what time you on?
We're on at 8 tomorrow.
Tomorrow night is us and Radney Foster, who I love Radney Foster too. He's got a new
Prime
record out.
time on Saturday
Yeah.
night.
So
Whoa.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Wild Ponies, our guests on today's show. In the waning moments of the show, if you want to comment on anything, just send us an email to Steve, dj@wmnf.org. We've got about 6 minutes to go, maybe a little bit less. Can we squeeze a couple of tunes in?
Yeah.
Let's try one more.
Yeah, let's
Well,
try.
we want to end on music, so if you get one and then still time, jump right into
Just
another
jump
one.
All right.
into okay. well,
Yeah, because we want to fade out on music.
I'll
Of course,
just
the
play
folks,
I'll play a real long solo in this one. How about that?
there you
There
go.
you go.
We'll just drag this
the
one.
folks on Facebook will get to see the whole thing, but we'll fade you out for the on the air, folks.
That's
We'll play the
awesome.
good stuff before they start fading.
And thanks for coming down here.
Thanks for having us. It's great to be back. We're huge fans of WMNF. You guys are doing great stuff down here, and we appreciate you. I've sort of drug this song back up because it feels like an important thing. It's a song that I wrote, Doug and I wrote. I started it training for my very first marathon, which training for marathons kind of came out of therapy for me, and I've been through a lot of therapy through my time because I am a victim of sexual abuse, and there's a lot that happens when you have that kind of traumatic experience at any point in your life. And one of the things that's really common is being dissociated from your body. And so through therapy and then running and training for a marathon, I was able to kind of reconnect with my body. And I wrote this song, training for my very first marathon. And it's a song about the truth. And the truth is very important, probably the most important thing that I can think of right now. And it feels like an important time for me to be singing this song. It's called The Truth Is.
Sometimes I lie, and I always hate to say goodbye, even only for a little while. The truth is, I don't care who's right. Sometimes I pick fights when I should say I'm sorry. Sometimes I make a mess, sometimes a little more. Sometimes I make a fist and don't know what I'm fighting for. The truth is, I'm a dang good friend. When I bet, I go all in. It doesn't matter what the odds are. The truth is, I trust the cards, and every day I read the stars. Maybe sometimes I should listen. Sometimes I make a mess, sometimes a little more. Sometimes I make a fist and don't know what I'm fighting for. The truth is, I like to hear a train moan. It reminds me that I'm not really alone. There's someone somewhere doing something. There are things I still think about every day, like his footsteps in the hall.